So it looks like the Trump administration's digging their heels when it comes to this Kilmar Garcia situation. And now we need to start asking some real questions here. It seems to me the Trump administration's going with this legal tactic. If the facts are against you, you argue the law. If the law is against you, you argue the facts. And if both are against you, you change the subject. Donald Trump was ordered by the Supreme Court to facilitate Kilmar Garcia's return. So the law is against him. So what are the facts? They say, oh, he's part of MS-13, which has been designated as a terrorist group. Okay, then we need to hear this evidence against him, that he is this person you say he is. Well, they're refusing to show the evidence. So now we're here changing the subject. So we're going to attempt to discredit reporters, say the Democratic Party loves this guy, and let's talk about illegal immigrants' violent crimes, which is a legitimate thing to talk about. But what does that have to do with Kilmar Garcia's due process rights? And the Trump administration's desperately just trying to say he's under the jurisdiction of El Salvador. He's not coming back. We can't do anything about it. Basically, nah. If they want to release him, which we told them not to release him, but if they would release him, we would send a plane to go get him. And they're throwing their hands up being like, he's not going to come back to the United States. And even if you somehow bring him back, he's probably going to get deported again. But here's what they're failing to acknowledge. The administration said it was an error. Give him his due process rights. And if you bring him back and give him due process, you're probably going to deport him again. What's so crazy about that? And people are like, why are you dying on this hill for this dude? For all you know, this guy could be a piece of shit. Yes, he could be a piece of shit, but I want people to realize the administration should not be able to accuse you of something, and there was a court order saying that he cannot be deported, and they'll just throw you on a plane, and if you can't get in front of a judge quickly enough, well, sad day for you, you're in the custody of El Salvador. And if people want to keep making excuses for the administration, he's talking about homegrowns next. American citizens should not be shipped to a penal colony. This historically was some of the grievances of our founding fathers. You can't ship someone to a penal colony and say, hey, it's out of our hands. And even if an American citizen's a piece of shit and a violent criminal, you can't ship them off to El Salvador, where there are prisons that are notorious for torturing people, and think that that's okay. And if you're someone who believes that and says, hey, I don't care. If they're a piece of shit, they deserve it. I don't care what happens to an illegal immigrant. I don't care what happens to an American citizen that's a piece of shit. That's not how this country works. But here's my biggest question. If they hold Donald Trump in contempt, then what happens? I didn't think that every presidential overreach would lead us to a constitutional crisis, but if there's a ruling from the Supreme Court and the president doesn't listen, this is new territory.